If I had to start Jiu-Jitsu all over again, here's the top 3 things that I'd focus on. I've been doing Jiu-Jitsu for 12, 13 years now, and if I had to compress all that down into just 3 tips, here's what they are. Psst. Number 3 is most important. Number 1 is focus on the fundamentals. The techniques that you learn in your first year or so are going to lay the foundation for the rest of your Jiu-Jitsu journey. The techniques that you learn early doors are going to teach you how to learn Jiu-Jitsu. I think it takes you a little while to see how they all start coming together, but as you start picking up some of these connections and seeing how the techniques come together in the bigger strategy, you're going to make a lot of progress pretty quick. You can see some really crazy moves on Instagram nowadays, but how often are you actually going to use those in real practice? Knowing how to do a flying triangle is cool and all, but you're probably not going to need to do it as often as normal triangle. Number 2 is develop awareness of all the threats. Step 1 of learning how to defend submissions and sweeps is being aware of all the possible threats that can happen from each position. Once you develop the awareness of the possible threats from each position, then you can start to look at big picture defense, which is going to be your defense most of the time. The deeper you get into submissions, the more specific the defense is going to need to be. But before that, you can defend most things just by having safe positioning early doors. 70% of submission defense is just not being caught in submissions in the first place. Now, are there going to be times where you're caught off guard and then you have to tap out? Of course there are. But each time you're caught in something new that surprises you, put it away in the filing cabinet. The next time someone attempts that same submission or sweep setup on you, you'll be more prepared for it. It might take you 5, 10, 20 times to actually defend it properly, but guess what? That's all part of the process. Number 3, develop a game plan from each position. When you're in the move collection stage, when you're just kind of picking up new stuff and seeing what works, I feel like there's a temptation to hone in on one specific submission or sweep and just go deep down that rabbit hole. And yes, while that is going to be useful for you, moves are good, but systems are better. Having a handful of techniques from each position that work in tandem with each other is going to improve your game so much. Sometimes when you get too tunnel visioned on one move, when the other person messes that move up, you're kind of screwed. But imagine if you had a backup to that move, and a backup to the backup of that move, and a backup to the backup of a backup of that move. God, try saying that like 3 times fast. If you make a game plan from a certain position based on the most common reactions of the other person, then you're going to be hitting them with more stuff more often. Sometimes when you roll with an upper belt, it feels like they can read your mind, when in reality, they just are aware of the most common reactions that you're likely to do and have a game plan in place for those things. Are there any other tips that you'd give to lower belts? Feel free to fire a couple of your own tips in the comments. Have a great day, and I'll see you on the mat. Hiya!